Boy, when WWE started calling their pay-per-views premium live events, I don't think many people were expecting them to lean so hard into the premium aspect of that new nomenclature. You see, today there was an article that was published on BBC.com entitled WWE Fans Slam Extortionate Prices for Scottish Clash. In the article, it says that WWE fans are in an uproar regarding ticket prices for the upcoming clash at the Castle show that's happening in Scotland on June 15. Let's read from the article here. The premium live event comes to Glasgow's Ovo Hydro venue on June 15. The cheapest tickets cost £300, with premium tickets more than £2,000. Several fans told BBC Scotland News that they have been priced out of the event and will miss the chance to see Scottish wrestling talent like Piper Niven, Alba Fire, Nikki Cross, and Drew McIntyre. Now, a lot of fans seem surprised about this. I, for one, am not. And if you listen to my podcast on the reg, you'll know how I feel about ticket prices in general. If you have a hot product, people will buy your tickets at any price. It's really just that simple. Now, I'm not defending the practice of selling tickets so high at such exuberant prices, because personally speaking, I don't think a live event is worth plunking down hundreds of dollars. That's just me. And it goes for pretty much any live event, whether it's a concert, whether it's a wrestling show, whether it's Cirque du Soleil. I don't think sitting down to watch I don't think paying hundreds of dollars for a live event is necessarily a good thing. However, I do understand the factors and the economics behind it. I understand what drives a company to do this kind of stuff. And I feel like wrestling fans are currently being introduced to an economic model which is known in the business as capitalism, where companies take advantage of situations of high demand to squeeze as much money out of their customer base as possible. That's just how it works. So WWE can't be in the midst of a boom period right now if they're not making money hand over fist. And since companies, particularly publicly traded companies, need to show growth, the only way to continue to show growth is by your key performance indicator, the top one, the premium live event of KPIs, revenue. Arenas can't get bigger to accommodate more fans. So if you can't sit more fans in arenas for shows because, you know, it's a physical place and you only have so many places to sit your butts down, well, the only other way to make more money then is to have ticket prices go up. I also think WWE fans might be getting a rude awakening when it comes to their ownership. You know, they're owned by TKO, which is the company that also owns UFC, which is a company that has been selling tickets to their events for exorbitant prices for a long time now. You know, we just have to go back to fairly recent examples like last November, right? For UFC 295, which was at Madison Square Garden, right? On Ticketmaster, the base prices at some point were at $303. I heard the nosebleed sections were at $900 on pre-sale. The nosebleeds. And this is also a show that ended up recording the highest single paid ticket in the history of UFC. How much was that ticket worth? How much did they pay for? $1,000? $5,000? How about $112,236? That's insane. The trend is still ongoing, right? UFC 302, which is happening on June 1st, just in a couple of weeks. Tickets start at $381. They're at $1,151 on average. If I check this out on, very quickly on the internet. UFC 303, which is going to be later on in June. McGregor versus Chandler starts at $1,075, averaging at $4,253. So if you think that TKO is not chomping at the bit to apply this model to WWE, you're wrong. You're just absolutely wrong. And the cold, hard reality here is that the more that WWE continues down its successful path, the more these prices are going to continue to rise. Back to the article, I would even go as far as to say that WWE doesn't even have a problem with the article in about itself, or this kind of press, or people complaining. I'm sure this kind of press actually makes them squeal with glee. Talk about mainstream media talking about high ticket prices for their product puts them in the same type of conversation as Taylor Swift, for instance, right? And I'm sure they're thrilled to be part of that zeitgeist and giving the impression that they are a hot commodity, a hot ticket. I'm convinced they have no issues with it. Go back to Backlash France just very recently, where they got into the ring, they hit the ring to announce to everyone in the arena that the show drew the largest gate of any arena show they've run in WWE history. Basically telling everyone on location, less than 12,000 people in that building, telling them they paid so much money that they made more, that WWE made more money than at MSG or the United Center or wherever other big North American arena that can pop into your mind. And the people cheered. It's such a weird flex when you think about it that way. You get someone in the ring basically saying, hey, you know what? Thanks to you spending exorbitant amount of cash here, we just made a tremendous amount of money. Thank you. Weird. But yeah, I don't think anyone should be surprised. And I don't think anyone should see this trend ending either. It's just a natural course of things. Your product is hot. People will pay whatever it costs to go see it. It's going to keep rising. It's just the nature of the beast when you're hot. So that's what it means to be in a boom period. And trust me, Tony Khan would love to have mainstream press talking about how much of a hot commodity AEW is right now if he could. He'd love that. Trust me. Anyway, kind of just want to pop in, share a few thoughts on this article that appeared today. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. I'll see you next time.